Hi, so welcome back on the Homeschool Unfiltered Part 2. So, what is today on this unfiltered coffee chat? So, what are we going to discuss? What more? Many people ask us, what is the future that homeschoolers have? And is it possible to join college? Is it possible to be the part of real life after homeschooling? What's your take? Your kids are really big. I mean, older. So
Minor.
please share.
Mine are
They are adults, right? So yeah,
mine are adults. So
yeah,
technically, second one is also an adult at 18.
right.
So yes, again, it depends on just like which school you go to or whatever. It depends on how the family equips them. I've always believed also when we were through our journey that my children would be in a certain like the city society that even I came up in, right? So yes, there are certain people who are looking at something like farming or a certain community. They have those thought processes. If you're going to live in that community, that is fine. But otherwise, for us, we were very clear that these children are going to be in the society that we have been also raised in. So we never kept anything aside. So we knew they had to mingle there. Academics, like Sharmila said initially, was just a small part of our
Correct,
homeschooling journey.
correct,
But largely, the thought process is how do we um, interact, immerse ourselves in the same community that they would be in.
yeah,
So we've always taken care of that aspect.
right,
Sometimes we have been the ones to step in and initiate activities. I mean,
correct,
I'm not talking about home activities, community activities, which everybody participated in. So things like painting the apartment complex. Instead of getting painters, we decided that one block or no, all the blocks, the basements, the car parking, we do it as a society community, whoever wanted to come. Children were part of it. So they learned how to be. One thing we realized we missed in the city is, or at least my husband did, is he was raised in a two-tier city. So they used to intermingle, right? As they get into teenagers, especially boys, were out there doing things, which in cities and in buildings we were losing that aspect. So cultural activities, or any of this, or even if it was learning something, he would see whoever is interested, come on, chalo, you all sit together and do it types, so that connect in the society itself, my husband started initiating it. And
correct,
then soon
correct.
after that, even I see that now also it kind of continues because other parents didn't know about it. So what outside, my 24-year-old now is a business analyst in an MNC. He's
Wow.
only 24. Since he was 19, he's been independent financially also. Since then, he's not taken a single pie from me. Okay, I've paid for his course, and that was the last.
Right. Wow. Wow.
I think 2 months of it. Not, I realized he's not asking me for money. Is when I asked him, he said, "Oh, I met somebody at my intern. We are doing a project together um, uh, at the internship. So we are doing something together for his sister. It was COVID, so he was doing it offline. And once things locked down and everything opened up, he moved to Coimbatore and handled a whole team of 7 people. He was what, 19 years old at that time, and he started working there. Then he moved on and came to Bangalore and worked as a marketing associate with a startup.
Yeah, yeah.
And today the next one was a business analyst with an MNC. And I noticed again, all this I get to know from LinkedIn or some social media post. He's also doing gigs with a teen internship program, setting up school what career fairs and talking about what they're doing. So he's working there as well, and
Right.
he's on his own, and he's traveling
So
to. Um, yeah, sorry, Amrita,
yeah,
you were
no,
asking.
no, no. So basically, that's how he is surviving, and I mean, that's how he's
He
learning.
is.
This is basically answering to the main question which everyone asks us:
Bec-
how do they
yes,
learn to survive?
most
How do they
children,
make
mo-
friends?
most children at I see them doing what he's doing at 24, at the age of probably 27,
Hmm.
because 18 is when they are let out, they are getting their freedom, they go to college, they are understanding how to mingle. They get that true independence another 2 to 3 years later,
Correct, correct.
which he had the advantage of a slightly earlier. But he's been in this, he's meeting other people who are in the schooling system, so he knows how they are thinking and he aligns what he's thinking. He's not totally off
Off
the
track.
radar of
Yeah.
Right.
general.
Yeah.
While the younger one, who's the one into sports, he's a national level athlete since the last 2 years, I think 23 beginning onwards. He's been traveling on his for his tournaments all alone.
Yeah.
He goes, he does a recce of the place. Where can I get food? Where do I have to stay? All of that he figures out. How do I get transport? Because we cannot afford the 5-star or 7-star hotels that most of the others might be staying in. But he goes to all places across India. I think Kolkata to Secunderabad to Chennai. I don't know where else. Mumbai is like his place. He's come there a couple of times. Now he knows how to travel by the train also. Okay, we are from Bangalore and he's there. And he can read and write only in English.
Hmm.
But he speaks multiple other languages and he's managed very well everywhere. In fact, I will put this on record because I this was not my intention. However, in this last 1 month, he went for the national games and got back. Since then, and he's also refereeing for tournaments and all that. He gets paid for this as well. Okay, he's only 18 now. Uh, two people two people have actually taken the time out to write to me or call me up and tell me how disciplined and focused and responsible this boy is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is an unschooled. This is totally unschooled boy.
So
Okay.
unschooled, that busted the myth that unschooled doesn't mean that बस छोड़ दिए हैं बच्चे. So what's your take, Sharmila? So how do homeschoolers survive? How do they make friends? Are
Mhm.
unschooled बच्चे बस छोड़े हुए बच्चे?
Running wild.
Uh, so actually, unschooled in a way could be chode hue bacche, but as it is said, the
Don't scare people.
Spider-Man dialogue, the
Was born
Spider-Man
to be
dialogue
wild, Amruta.
with freedom comes responsibility, and
Yes.
this is what
Correct.
happens. So when children actually experience freedom, they realize that they are in charge of their decisions and they are responsible for what they do. They falter also. There are times when they do take decisions which have unfavorable consequences. I don't even go into right and wrong. I say there are favorable consequences, unfavorable consequences. And when they see, and then because they are in charge, they face these consequences, right? And that is what teaches them about what steps to take next time. This is how they learn. And if you go to see, life is all about making decisions
Yeah.
all the time. We are all the time taking decisions. They could be tiny decisions about what do I wear, what do I eat, do I take a bath, do I brush my teeth, do I sleep, to bigger decisions of what should I learn, which course should I do, should I stay with my parents after my 12th, should I go outside, join a college which is far away, all. And then there are job decisions, then there are what girlfriend should I have, and who I like this one, but should I ask her, don't ask, not ask her. So there's so much about this constant decision making
Correct.
that's
Correct.
happening.
Correct.
And
Absolutely.
uh, the thing is, because children, with my children, I remember there was a time when they were schooled, when I used to take decisions for them, and they used to try to express their agency, saying that listen to us, you're not listening to us, you're not thinking about what I would want to do. And that used to be like one stop for me, like, no, I need to know what they would want to do. They know what they want to do. Oh, and they would come up with such answers or beautiful decisions, and they would own them completely. So for me, one is that parents and the school keep taking decisions for the children. They do not let them face situations. especially overprotective parents, they are so scared and they have so much fear in them that they feel that if their children take
They
a wrong
failed.
decision, then what? Then
They
what?
failed. They feel they failed the
Yeah.
child also.
They
Want they
failed, they failed the
Most parents
child.
want to take a perfect decision so that the child is sorted. Um, I think life, like Sharmila said, life is not like that. You cannot. Sometimes I'm counseling parents to say that you first look at yourself. This is life. It is even the
Right.
decision you took right now about homeschooling might be okay right now. It will work for 2 years and might not be the right one 2 years later. It
It's
does not
basically
mean
about saying being okay and all right with the decisions that we are making, letting the
yes,
children make their own decisions. I think from our
right.
conversation, two most important things that the parents should notice that A, in the part one, if you have heard our conversation, you will come to know that the kids need to be self-driven. And two, in this part, you must have realized it's about making them decision makers. It's not about good decisions, bad decisions. It could be favorable and not so favorable, just like Sharmila mentioned. And but it is about giving them that power, that trust, and showing that faith in them that yes, you
Right.
are a decision maker.
Capable,
There's
capable of.
nothing good or bad about it. But
But
empowering them.
my younger one will put those decision making in areas which are not of interest to him on my head. You decide and let me know. He even goes to the extent to say that you take the decision, then tomorrow I can blame you, right? I don't have to take that blame. But at the same time, when it comes to his sport, he takes his, just Sharmila said that earlier in the first section, that it was only the money aspect for NIOS that she was had to bother about.
Right.
I have that with squash, but not for NIOS. NIOS, I was managing his board and everything because he couldn't care less about this thing. But he studied on his own and he figured because this is a hurdle I have to cross. But
Similarly,
his squash, he
will
will do
not let
everything.
Yeah. So similarly, my son will not let me take decisions about uh, his most important things, that is, which subjects he likes and what. But the everyday decision, if I ask him, प्यार से, आज क्या बनाऊं? Should I make poha or upma? And he'll be like, anything. That is your decision, your call. You do it.
That's your department.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So,
so he
can you see that
told me,
children can figure out, they understand roles and responsibilities too. They know who is best at what. And, so rather than we pushing ourselves on them that's what happens, when they have their freedom, they start seeing all these things. They can see that yeah, mama is best at doing this. Like in our house, I'm the best with planning trips.
Hmm.
uh, then my husband is the best with all mechanical problems. So cycle ko repair karna hai, scooter ko repair karna hai, it has to be whatever papa says has to be done. And with a lot of things, each one of us are different. I rely on my son Aditya for whenever I need to make a decision and it's a tough decision, talking out to him helps me. He
correct.
make it. So for me, I rely on him that way. And I've been doing that since he was, I think, 14, 15 years old, when I realized that he has such, witty thoughts of wisdom that come out from his mouth. And that really helped me see things, with clarity.
Right.
So I know whom to talk to for what. And this role clarity also comes, and they realize that they are not alone. They are living with many others, and to use everybody's strengths to move along in life.
Yes.
That is something that is crucial, right? Your son should know whom they should contact when they are in trouble, or they need help, or they are having certain challenges in their lives. But if we have constantly done that for them, then they are not equipped.
Not
They
going.
are not equipped. They don't know what to
Even
do.
as adults, right? When we choose to buy a home, when we choose to buy a car or whatever vehicle, we talk to our friends. We get multiple inputs before the decision is ours, definitely, but We try to weigh things, we try to see from different angles. So why not with the children? They need to be
Mm,
doing the same thing, right? First with
yeah,
us, and
yeah.
then they also have other experts around them too.
Mm. True, true. And about the future, Amrita's question was, what are our thoughts around their future? I must say that one of the biggest unlearnings that I did as a parent is to not worry about the future,
Yeah.
and that things will unfold for them. So, and age is not the matter. Age doesn't matter for me. While all kids were running helter skelter for internships, my son would say that, chill, I don't want to do any internships. I mean, what's the hurry? I have my entire life to work. Let me do it when I'm ready and when I know that this is what I want to do, rather than me doing it when half-heartedly.
Correct.
Whereas my second son and has been, he did dog walking. He earned almost 100 rupees a day for dog walking from by
Okay.
walking one dog. Then he tried his hand at working in a restaurant, and he's done so many of these little things just to try, and he's given that up also. Oh, but he's wired differently. The other one is wired differently. But I think again it comes to the same thing. When they are ready, they know. Today, my son is at Ashoka. He didn't apply to any other university. I think he was very clear that I will apply to Ashoka. If I get in, I will go. If I don't, I don't know what I'll do, but I don't want to apply to any other university. And we just stayed with him with that process. We said, "ठीक है, you want to apply, you apply. Let's see." And yeah, he got in. He's very happy with his choice. He's doing well. He's also playing frisbee. He was the kid who never liked sports. He's now playing frisbee. He goes for tournaments and so on. So when they are ready, they get into a lot of things. If they are not pushing them to do that, doesn't work. So that is something that what future is going to bring. If they are in charge, they'll find their way. If they are not in charge, it's we will push them to do what we feel is right for them or what we want them to do. But there's no guarantee. It might turn out to be great, or there's also the flip side that they might resent us parents, or these are two extremes, but there might be a lot of shades in between in terms of
Yes.
how it might turn out to be for them.
It
Yeah.
it has also, Sharmila, and that's another thing. The same thought that you have. For me, I'm not doing this to get praises or a certificate from my children. So even if they think it's a wrong decision, it was my decision to take. So, and not theirs, and I have taken it. I still think even in areas which they think didn't go right, I still think, as the adult or the more experienced individual in the family, that that was the right choice. They will see it only when they can compare something else many years down the lane. So I am confident on that part, that the decision that I've taken or let them take has been with, uh, I don't regret it or resent it or anything. So I'm very clear. Like Sharmila, I know we cannot predict the future. We don't know. That also brings up one major question that keeps coming up. I see this in all the social media posts, the comments on homeschooling. Okay, so homeschooling is only for the uber rich.
Hmm.
Okay, so because you just said that we don't know the future, so we are going to let them be. If they don't want to go, they don't want to go. But many others, especially middle class, if you see, their aspirations are we get into a better position when the child goes to a good college, engineering or medicine, especially, is their thought process. From there is where their aim comes up. So, as a short answer to that, okay, I don't say I'm uber rich or anything. However, I would say that many of us are privileged. Yes, we are also privileged. Our children are also, because they don't need to be earning for the family. So that is definitely there. However, that thought process, even in middle class, upper middle class, I do feel that can homeschool if you have the thought process. But anybody lower than that, it is difficult.
Correct.
They themselves, the parents themselves might be first generation learners themselves, or the children might be the first generation learners. So
Correct.
then it's not even easy. Though we are not sitting and teaching our children, we are providing the environment, able to observe them what they need, because we are aware of certain things. That privilege is definitely there. We have our connects, our community, where we can reach out for expert advice if required, either for us or for the children, and then build up from there. So that, I think, there's a part of it that is the concern, I understand. But I mean, it comes up very flippantly, like, you guys can do anything you want because you all are rich, which is not the case.
Correct.
However, but the part that we are privileged or we are also educated, it does play a role on how we
Yes,
homeschool.
yes. Correct. Correct. And another thing is that even if someone is rich or is privileged and is educated, highly educated, still does not mean necessarily that that person can homeschool. So
Correct.
both the things are true, and
Right.
one has to be intentional and mindful in order
Mindful.
to take
Yes.
this decision, has to be well aware, well researched, and well thought about. Okay, does this really suit our family's needs and family's aims and goals, and then
Right.
and only then you can take this decision.
Amrita, I would like to add a couple of things over here, and I would like to, kind of get into a debate with Sandhya, because I do work a lot with children from the underprivileged backgrounds. And what I have seen is, uh, given the opportunity, given the space, given in the environment, children are able to make their own decisions.
Absolutely.
They need a hand that encourages them and helps them see through it, and experience it and experience the choices. So I used to work for the skilling center, where we had this little boy who used to bunk school and come to our center and he used to go straight to the electrical lab. And that's where he used to be. And he was merely in seventh grade at that time. He he couldn't read properly at that age. He was from Bihar, and he went to a Marathi medium municipal school. Father was a cook, mother was a housemaid, and understand Marathi too well. He spent a year with us, where we said we'll just let him learn by things, we'll just guide him. That was also a joyful process that I did with my trainers, where I guided them on how they should be behaving with him. And we saw him bloom beautifully. At the end of that year, he not only started reading and writing, he went back to school. And because now from 7 to 8 the timings change, he gave us in writing that I have to do my 10th, because that is how I'm going to grow ahead. This is the path for me. And he comes every vacations back to our lab to study, and to work in the electrical lab area. So what I'm saying is, potential is there within the children. Our
Absolutely.
schooling system, if it changes a
Yes.
bit, to
Agreed.
be more accommodating, accepting, to actually take out the adultism from it and start looking at what children want to do, we're bringing in more choices in the curriculum, choices in what the children want to learn and how they learn it. I think things will, then there's this gap
The,
of,
the gap is,
privilege,
yeah, the disparity
unprivilege
will get
will
moved. So
move.
absolutely no debate also on that, because you are right, and that's what I was saying. The parent would not have been able to make that environment. You would have done it for your children, but that boy's parent, you were there. This environment was available. See, I believe every child picks in a lot more than what we are trying to teach them from an environment. So I always believe in building when I work with children, right? So it's more about the environment rather than saying, today we are going to learn this topic. Today we are going to learn this. You
True.
do the work, they pick up so many other things. Like you said, this boy was into the electrical. And though I agree on one part about the choices and the options, what I've seen with the NEP 2020, the NEP 1986 being implemented already in Kerala, full and flopping miserably, more than the choices being given, the people, the
Hmm.
people who are facilitating and guiding, that's where the problem is. Even without any of this, they will be able to set up the environment if their mindset changes. Our
Correct.
generation also, many of us are into very similar thought process as when we were kids. Unless that changes, whatever reforms come into the picture, it's all going to be on paper.
True.
That
True.
unfortunately we have to keep changing this mindset.
Yeah.
Right. And I agree so much. And this is not only with the teaching community, it's the school authorities, the school
Yes.
management, the
Everybody.
entire value chain that now current jargon in our social development sector is the value chain. So I'm using it. And so everybody who is making the school system happen, everybody's mindset needs to be changed. And when we look at homeschooling, I think unless parents start re-looking at how their behavior is affecting their children, unless they start doing that, there won't be any change. In fact, many a times I feel the stress will increase because parents will become the administrator, the
Agree.
teacher,
Agree. Agree.
the operations person, everything. So the imagine, and a parent too. So imagine so much
The
burden, so
stress.
much stress on them, and they will keep wanting their child to do what they have thought is best for their child.
Right.
Whereas the
Agree.
child is going to be a child. They are going to try and find ways to wriggle out. So, and then this frustrating them even further. So I've seen so many parents come to me with this query, ki how do we make the child listen to us? And I say,
Don't you listen
You
to the
listen
child
to
at this
them.
time.
You listen to them.
You're the adult. You're the adult. You know more. At least enough to listen. Listen. And then you can see how to take this forward. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Hmm,
discourage such parents from homeschooling actually when they come to
Because
me.
it does not make sense, So
It
even when
doesn't. I tell them this
parents, I
exactly the same thing. You put
first
more pressure on the child would be pressurized more. You coming out of school because of the pressure, you will put in more pressure there. Please just find another school. That might be a
exactly,
right.
better
exactly.
option.
That is a better option because if the parents do not understand the real essence of it and they are just going to uh, enroll the child with hundreds of other classes and tuitions just because now they're out of school, then it's going to be a bigger disaster. So that is not what homeschooling is. And if you want to really, in true sense, create self-driven decision makers, then homeschooling is the path. But then at that point, we have to really let go of that power and let the kids decide in the true sense what they want and carve their path.
That also comes, Amruta, from when we ourselves are also clear on what we're
Correct,
doing.
correct.
They imbibe that from us
Yeah.
because that's what they will be seeing around, right? So if we are respectful, let's say even if nothing else, your spouse, that there's no um, power struggle there on who is the main
Mm.
person, who's not. That itself is enough conversation around the children to know the self-driven comes when we are self-driven, even if it is about parenting. We
Yes.
have to be clear that this is our purpose, right? So
Important.
it doesn't need to be spelled out. It's about how we interact at home or how we interact with other people that the children will
Yeah, because they
understand.
are at the end of the day going to observe and absorb what they see around them, right? So, and
Absolutely.
this is irrespective of schooling or homeschooling again. It's
Yes. It's
basically
just another choice. I think all of us keep repeating this. We are not, none of us are against schools.
correct.
We just think this is the right fit for our children.
For our,
Doesn't, my son has gone back to school also. he's been in school, he was very happy. We homeschooled, he was very happy.
Right.
Next time we pushed him to school, he wasn't happy. But that was a situation that we had to push him because there was no way he could have. Now, in retrospect, I think he could have just written the 10th standard exam instead. But at that point, I did not know.
Yeah.
So I did push him back to school. But that's another journey that he has had
But
to go through, right? So we've done the school, we've done the homeschooling, we've done all of that depending on whatever was the need at any given point of time. So I'm not against schools in any way, so except schools that are really harsh on children or have these crazy timings and not keeping child development in mind.
yeah.
Besides that, I think some schools are decent enough and a lot of children do fit into that whatever framework that they have versus our children might
Absolutely.
not. I would still think my older son would have fit into a decent enough school because that's how he learned better. He would have been happy also. So
In
it's
fact,
about the right fit.
Some ending
Sorry.
thought.
what comes across from what Sandhya is saying is that it's a journey. It's not uh, something, कि you look like this and say कि बस अब ये decide किया है तो यही करेंगे. Yeah, if you have to keep molding and adjusting to your needs, you also grow. So
Evolve.
today you might feel that, something is, I'm not okay with something, but you reflect, you read something interesting, you see something different, and then you reflect on it and you say, okay, my behavior out here may not really work, and you behave differently the next time. So this is how the journey keeps moving on.
Yes.
Your dialogues with your children, the knowledge that you keep acquiring, the experiences that you have, all three come together, shape you, and it leads you from one thing to the other. If the other is not really favorable and you see it's not keeping your family happy, then you again switch to something else that would make them happy. So this is what life is. This is what life, the journey is, right? And being open to that and being happy about that, that we are able to make these choices of changing course whenever we want to, is also something that parents and should keep in mind. That it's not necessary कि आज homeschool किया मतलब कल मैं school नहीं भेज सकती. My
Correct.
second one opted to go to school, right? He opted, he said that I don't want to study alone after 10th and IOS. I want to go to a school. वो भी बीच बीच में he keeps saying, I don't know why I joined the school. I don't want to go. And then we say,
Just
okay,
we
you
do.
don't want to
Just
go.
like we
And then
just like we do. We start the gym and then 1 week later we're like, अरे बाप रे जाना पड़ता
अरे
है.
बाप रे
We-
कौन जाएगा.
So yeah, it's the journey. There is no best answer. There's no right answer to this.
Right.
It's an experience. Again, like Sharmila said, and I've said this many times before. Actually, the homeschooling journey has been more about me finding myself, and everything fell in
True.
place. They are
Yes.
also respecting the fact that they are part of the unit of family, just like we are. They
Yeah.
also need to understand that we are important. Our needs are also important. It's not that we as parents are totally taking care of all their needs and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think so. That kind of, sums up the unfiltered conversations that we had about homeschooling, right? Because uh, it's about understanding, firstly, listening to your child's needs and your family's needs and the timely needs as well, because it also changes with the time. ऐसे नहीं है कि family का एक aim है, then you have to just stick to it. No, it will evolve, it will change, and we have to grow with it eventually, adapt. So, yeah, I mean, it was such a beautiful conversation that we had uh, with you both today. I mean, we all three had today, right? So, thank you so much.
It was indeed
Absolute
wonderful.
pleasure.
After a
And,
long time, I'm
After a
speaking
long,
about
yeah,
homeschooling.
very
So,
long time.
so we
yeah,
three
so
are the admins of the homeschooling community. Some on Facebook, some on WhatsApp, and three keep
And
interchanging,
and
exchanging
three in
backgrounds
different cities
in
and in
different
different
cities.
cities.
In different cities, absolutely.
yes.
So Here's us three homeschooling moms signing off from the unfiltered conversation. Thank you so much.
Bye, people.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye.